Welcome back to Dad's Garage. You're not going to believe this. But to all my Glock people out there, I joined your club today. So, got a video. Let me show you what we got. I still have my FN 509 Compact Tactical, my favorite pistol of all time. This is my first Glock that I've really had. If you might remember back a year and a half or 2 years ago, got Joshua the Glock 44, the little 22, when we were transitioning him from BB gun to pistol. We went there, and now he's of course onto the 9mm. But joined the Glock family today. So all you people that have been telling me, buy a Glock, buy a Glock, buy a Glock, I finally did it. So let's show you what we got. That would be it. There we go. Glock 43X MOS. So that's what we got. I really like the Cerakote job on that thing, and I think you can see it in the camera really good there. It looks really slick with that flag design on it. Absolutely love it. A little bit smaller than what I'm used to carrying with the being an FN guy, but that's going to be good for concealing, I'm sure. It's very thin, small. Probably don't have to go over it much because y'all know way more about it than I do at this point. So, of course, it comes with two 10-round mags. You can get some 15-round magazines. I am told Glock doesn't make them, but other brands do. So one thing that I learned also today is I thought my Hollison 507C would fit on this, and they told me no, it will not fit on this chassis because it's too narrow. So what I had to do was I had to pick up a 507K, which is the really small, narrow one. And I did get green this time. I've always been told green is easier to pick up with your eye, and I think science proves that your eye can pick up a green dot faster than it can a red. I've always used red dots. Everything else I have is red dots, but the greens are also more expensive for some reason. But went with the green this time because there was, for some reason, only a $5 difference. A lot of times I see more of a difference than that. But that's that little baby right there. So it's really narrow to fit this pistol. Now, the thing that they did not have is they didn't have the adapter plates that are necessary to make this fit. So I have got to get online and order those and before I can mount this thing up. But this thing's fixing to go into service. Let's get this thing out to the range and let's see if you can make me a Glock guy like y'all are. But let's head to the range and see what we think about it. We made it down here to my favorite gun range, Eagle Gun Range in Lewisville, Texas. Here with my buddy, my shooting buddy, John, and Joshua. And we brought the AR down today because I got a magnifier for it. Gonna try some longer range shooting than normally I can do, and or that normally I can see. And also got this little Glock. So we're gonna get in there and get you some footage of this. And there goes John and Joshua right behind me. See inside. I don't know if this dot's even close because, man, it sure looks like it's way high. That's pretty close.
Where's the dot?
I don't know, you find it, or maybe I turned it off.
And what is this, John?
7.62 by 3.9.
Is he left eye dominant?
No.
No.
He's just never really shot a rifle before, so it's...
Try moving your head a little forward.
I think he's trying to find the dot still.
I can see the red glare.
Joshua,
If I may.
let Will jump in there.
Keep looking. Just keep looking what you're doing. Are you using your left eye to look through that? Yes?
Yeah.
Try using your right eye to look through it. Otherwise, switch hands.
Oh.
There we go.
There it is.
If you're going to use your left eye, you're going to switch hands and put that on your left shoulder, trigger with your left if you're going to use your left eye. But if you're going to use your right eye, yep, there you go.
Now he's hooked.
Hey!
Okay, so Joshua and I are back home from the range. This little Glock is nice. I am quite impressed, to be honest with you. This being my first Glock that I've ever had, it just ran flawlessly, and it was very accurate. I was quite surprised. And I know there's going to be some haters, about this, because you're not allowed to have opinions about guns, or, they hate on you for it if they like it, But I've had the P365, I've had the Hellcat, I've had the Shield Performance Centers, and this is just personal opinion. I like this better. For me, I found it to be more accurate. It's just spot on. It ran flawlessly, and it was very accurate for such a small barreled gun. I've only got one complaint about this gun, and that is the trigger. The trigger, I don't know what it was, but if you take a look here, the shape of the trigger, if you don't have one of these, I don't know if it's all this sort of knurling, and I don't know if that's meant to help give you more grip or what it is with that, but it feels comfortable until you shoot it, and then it really, everybody that shot it said the same thing, that it does really wear on their finger. And then, when I get home, I've got that baby there too, thanks to this trigger. So talked to a buddy of mine who is really a Glock aficionado. That would be you, Steve, with Protective Dad Pranks. This is what he uses for an everyday carry gun, and this is also now my everyday carry, no question about it. But I discussed with him about the trigger after I left the gun range, and he said, yeah, there is a trigger I highly recommend to throw into this gun. And so I'm going to go get on the web here in just a bit and find one of these triggers. And that's the only complaint I have about it. Other than that, this thing ran just absolutely flawlessly and was just so accurate, whether I use the iron sights or once I got the Holosun all sighted in, it was just really, really crisp and clean. Other thing, back to the trigger real quick. One other thing I did not like about the triggers, I don't like the break of the trigger. It feels like it's just kind of a long break, and I just don't like the way it feels either. So those are things that I hope to clean up with this new trigger. And, there's nothing wrong with it if you want to run it this way. But I found for me, the break just didn't quite feel right to me. And it's really soft until you get to about the break, and then feels like I don't know what the poundage is, with the trigger pull, but it feels like a lot more pull than other pistols that I have and have run before. So again, I love this thing. This man, I give this thing a solid A right out of the box. I mean, I really do. And there's not a ton of them that I would give a solid A right out of the box. But this is really good. This is really, really good pistol. So super thrilled with it. Going to get that trigger on the way, and I'm going to even be more happy with it And I guess that's really it with this one. So got more gun content coming. I have a new sponsor of the channel, Stopbox USA. Did one of their devices already and have more devices that they've sent me to test and review. And I got to tell you, one thing that's really cool about Stopbox is the sample video I sent them that I was gonna release before they even sponsored me. Not everything was positive about the review. I did point out some things that I didn't like about the Strike. That was the device that I got and tested before they even sponsored me. And even after they saw that video, even though there was some negative to it, they still wanted to sponsor me and send me more products. So really thrilled with a company like that that's willing to take and hear some things that might not be all positive or maybe a constructive criticism or just some thoughts about their product, you know, or design of their product. So speaks a lot to me. I love that they're made in the USA, but stay tuned because I got more Stopbox USA stuff coming your way and cannot wait to bring it to you. But as for this time, we'll catch you next time right here on Dad's Garage.